I'm the Wolfman here today for Barefoot Bushcraft to talk to you about the 82 Pattern Rucksack issued in the Canadian Armed Forces in 1982 and used all the way into the 2000s. They come in all kinds of different materials, from the original one, which was kind of a cotton or a canvas material coated with rubber, to the more Cordura nylon style ones like the one I'm wearing. There's all kinds of amazing modifications you can do to this pack. We've made some other videos talking about the pack itself and what you can do with it and where it came from. Here we're going to talk about some of the modifications. But before I begin, let me tell you that this video was inspired by a guy called Tell from Oshawa Bushcraft in Oshawa, Ontario. I'm going to put his URL right there. There we go. Take a look at all of his stuff. He's got all kinds of other videos explaining this pack and its origins, taking the pack apart, putting it back together, and everything in between. Pretty great guy. I've met him multiple times. So he's got some great videos, so definitely check him out. And thank you very much for the inspiration for these videos. So I'll take a look at the pack from the back. There you go. You can see what it looks like, you know, with all the different pouches and all that stuff. So let's get into some of the modifications that I've done. This pack I use for everything from teaching students for day courses, all the way into like backcountry expeditions for 5, 10, 12, 14 days, to day hikes. It's a very versatile pack. The very nature of how it's built is to be able to mission specific, as they call it, so you can add stuff, take stuff away, depending on what you're doing to customize the pack. Many bushcrafters, including myself, have spent thousands of dollars on packs and equipment. You take them out into the wilderness, not quite what you were looking for. Packs ranging price from $20 all the way up to $2,000 and everywhere in between. Many bushcrafter, outdoor type people, hikers, campers, will have 20 packs laying around in their basement because they can't quite figure out what is the best pack for them. What I love to do, and many people in the outdoor industry, is, you know, you customize and you modify your pack to suit your specific needs and your carry purposes, like whatever it is that you're doing. So again, let's take a look at this pack and see what I've done to it, and to hopefully inspire you to do the same kind of stuff to your own 82 pattern pack. So the very first modification that I made to this pack was to take off this back pad, right? And this usually comes with one if you get a good quality one that still has all its parts. Helps your lumbar support so that the pack sits on your hips rather than sitting on, taking all the weight on your shoulders, which of course, you know, after 20, 30, 50 kilometers, that's not too fun. Anyways, so I took the back pad off. It's connected to a frame in here, and I took the strap, right? This is the strap that it came with right there, and I put this battle belt on it. So this is a Tasmanian Tiger Molly enabled battle belt. It's got all kinds of fancy names. So basically what that does is it gives me a lot more lumbar support, and it's a lot more comfortable to wear with this on it. Of course, I like, and this is again my personal choice, I like to have a couple of pouches on my front. So I have these pouches here, so when I open them up, if I need something really quick, usually like toilet paper, right? So I have my toilet paper in there. I'll have a camera in there, like my GoPro camera will sit in here in case I need to get at it fast without taking my pack on, right? So that's what lives in there. Whatever you want, really, it doesn't matter, you know. Cell phone, I suppose, if you want to keep your mobile phone on you when you're out. And you can get any kind of Molly pouches because it's a Molly compatible. Again, you don't need the Tasmanian Tiger brand of battle belt. You can use anything you want. I like that brand, so that's why I have it. And it gives, of course, this one is all vented, so it makes it comfortable on my back. So that's my first modification that I put on there. All right, and the other thing was, this pack was fairly modern and came with this lobster claw style buckle. Some of the older ones have like a metal buckle. You can of course remove that and replace it with this. I have always carried two clips, these carbiners on here, mostly because I always hike with dogs. So I'll clip my dogs onto this, the dog leashes, and then when the dogs start pulling, because they're getting all excited or see a rabbit or a squirrel or whatever, I don't know, that pulling doesn't actually get into my back or hurt me here because it's going to pull on the frame pack. So it goes, all that tugging all the time pulls on the frame pack and actually helps me, so I'm not getting hurt. So that's that, like I said, back belt, pad, that's my first modification. Second thing, not very big deal, but I put a pouch right there. I like to keep my mobile phone for hike tracking and whatever. I like to keep it right by my face in case I need it, or I don't know, I'm really bored and I want to listen to music or whatever. So I have a pouch right there on it, and basically I just attach the pouch here. I think I put like a zip tie on it, that way it's not going to fall off. The other modification that I did to it is I love a chest strap. So there's a chest strap for it. Doesn't come from the factory with that. I find just my body type, shape, and size that a chest strap makes things a lot easier for me. So you can buy these. Condor makes them. All kinds of companies make them. So that way when you put your strap on, you buckle that up, and that's going to help you just feel more comfortable. But again, that's just my personal modification. One of the other things I did, let's get into the inside of the pack itself, is in here, there was a little pouch in here, and it was a radio pouch, and it was only about that big, so it really wasn't that useful for me for anything. But I do like to have a hydration bladder, so I took this pouch, and front, you can't really see it on camera, but inside I just opened up the stitching and made the pouch so it's just kind of like a sleeve, so it really doesn't do much. But inside here, you can see obviously I have the water bladder in here right now. So inside this, now I have my water bladder that slides in, and it keeps the water bladder close. But I can put, pack whatever I want in the pack. It also, from the days of when it still had the radio in it, has this one of these buckles, but we'll talk about those buckles momentarily. But yeah, so now what that does basically is just keeps my water bladder out of the way. Now, because this held a radio, the radio has to have antennas and microphones and all kinds of stuff like that. It's got zippers right there. So it had one side zipper here thingy for getting your antenna or your microphone out, and the other side, exactly the same thing for either antenna or radio. So what I did, of course, put my hydration bladder in here, and then I just ran the hose of the hydration bladder right out here, so that way I can use it. So now I keep my 3 liters of water right against my back. So that's that modification. Again, this only took like 5 to 10 minutes. I just ripped all the stitches open in the one area, and that was it for that. So now we'll get to the kind of the outside here. So they have these kind of little buckle loop thingies here. I like that. It's a nice idea. They work really well. But the problem is these are designed for specific purposes. This and this is designed to hold a water bottle. This is designed to hold like a medical kit. The problem with this only is, and I can kind of show you on here, if I pull my medical kit out, when this is put together, right, so we'll put this in here, just like it's supposed to be, and we'll loop it just like that, is check this out. Right here, see how that opens up? So if I'm like, I don't know, get involved in smashing into trees or falling down a hill, can you just see how there's like that sort of just, to me, this doesn't work very well, right? Like I'm always afraid if I have small stuff, what if I have a lighter or something and I bend over because I saw something cool that I want to pick up, it's going to fall out, right? So the modification that I did to it is, and I'll show you when I put this guy back, is I took the pouches themselves and I lined them with Velcro. So you can see right there that right here I have the hook and loop, as it's called, or Velcro, the soft part, and right here I have the hard and crunchy part. So now you can see I have like all my small stuff, like say trail tape or a compass or whatever I've got in here. Now when I close this over and I buckle it, I have a good redundancy to make sure that that's not going to fall apart. So this clips on here, this goes here, and now you can see like there's nothing to come open there because there's Velcro in it. Now from a tactical perspective, that's why they have these, because they're quiet. Velcro is noisy, right? You can hear that on the microphone. But in the wilderness, hiking, camping, I'm probably not going to get killed, so I'm not as concerned as if I was in a military situation. So again, the hook and loop, the Velcro strip, that's just a 1-inch Velcro strip on there. I've done the same on this pocket, so the same thing. I've got my buckle here, and then my Velcro right there. Right, so that kind of holds everything in place. So that's that modification. The other thing I have done, I'm a big patch guy. I love patches. So right here on the outside of this pocket, I have a patch panel. So basically I just took the Velcro, I put it on here, sewed it all on, right? Put an X on it with a sewing needle so that it sticks. And now I have a series of patches on here. Voluntary, obviously you don't have to put patches on, it's up to you. It's just something that I like doing, so I did that. So this pouch, like I said, it's got the Velcro on it, and it's got the Velcro fasteners at the top, which to me are more important. Clip-wise, so that's another interesting thing, that quick modification that people do to these. So this here is the factory clip on this, and you can see that right there. So in order to close this pack, I have to take this, the webbing as it's called, nylon webbing, I have to pull it through. All right, and then I have to do this. And you know what? It takes a long time. If I'm in a hurry for, I don't know, whatever reason, it's a lot of work to do that. Whereas on this side, check this out. I've got these fast buckles, which are some people call them lobster claws. They've got all kinds of different names, right? So check this out. Open, closed, right? See how fast that is? Like, click, click, it's done. Again, they're noisier than the military class, but look how fast that is to open. That's kind of what I want. Whereas this thing, on this side, right? Right, and now to redo it, I have to get back in there. Especially if I'm holding stuff in it. If I have like my sleeping bag roll or something in here, that's going to be a pain. So that was a quick thing to modify, is to get that clip on there. We have another video floating around somewhere of how to put these on. Really quick video. So one of the last modifications I did on this is to put a big pouch on the bottom. So again, as I'm sure you might be aware, this thing has a steel frame. You can see the steel frame right there. It looks like a shopping cart on the other side. So it's got like little metal things in it. I'll see if I can kind of pick it up and show you. See, you can see the metal right in there, right? So all I did was I took a MOLLE pouch, and I took the pouch, you can see the metal right there, and I weaved this MOLLE pouch onto here. So now I could, if I wanted to take this off and put a sleeping bag down there, I certainly could. You know what I usually keep in it is like if a lunch in it or something like that, so it keeps it separate from my clothes, you know, if there's that, so there's no condensation. The other thing you could keep in there is like your rain clothes or something like that. So if they're wet when you pull them up, it doesn't get to what's ever in here. But that's kind of an individual pouch. It's really on there once I attached it on. And if you're really into the MOLLE compatibility stuff, now I have MOLLE on there if I need it, or PALS webbing for MOLLE attachments. So there we have it, all the modifications that I have done. So to recap, I've changed the belt, right? I've put clips on the front. I have put a pouch here. I have put a chest strap here. I have put a Velcro strap, Velcro pad right there. Reinforced all the pockets with Velcro on there, and attached a MOLLE pouch to the bottom. Inside the pack, I have opened up that one annoying pocket that seems to have no modern use, and made that so that my water bladder fits in there. So now the water bladder is inside, and I have changed these clips on here to the fast buckles, which just, for me personally, make my life a heck of a lot easier. So there you have it, 82 pattern pack modifications. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I'm the Wolfman. Please consider subscribing.